I just mentioned a moment ago that another show that I had zero interest in was the DC Universe, at least at the time it belonged to the DC Universe, animated show Harley Quinn. Just because it sounded dumb. I'm not a big fan. You guys know this. I am not generally a fan. I generally, with some exceptions, but I generally don't like the animated stuff that we get for straight to television from either Marvel or DC. So that didn't appeal to me very much. I also saw the trailer for Harley Quinn that they released, and I thought it looked stupid and I had no interest. But you guys kept telling me over and over again, day in, day out, every time I did a show, John, you should really check out Harley Quinn. And lo and behold, I went and checked out Harley Quinn. And I'm so glad that I did, because it's a must-watch show for me. I find the show, and then I turned Erin Cummings and her husband Tom onto it, and now they've been binging it like nuts. And we have all together been spreading the good news of the Harley Quinn animated show, which has been glorious and wonderful. Well, there really was some serious discussion going on that we were not going to get a season 3, that maybe the numbers weren't super strong, all that kind of stuff. That's now put to rest. It is now official that Harley Quinn has officially been picked up for season 3, and it is now, as we all knew it would be, officially an HBO Max show. By the way, Rob, kind of piggybacked into this story about Harley Quinn getting a season 3 is the fact that they've now made official what we all knew was going to be the case for the last 6 months. DC Universe is now completely divested of original programming. It's now done. It's converting itself, I believe, exclusively to a online streaming comic book service, which I believe is going to be called like DC Universe Infinite or something along those lines. I can't remember. And that's certainly worth discussing another time. But for me right now, the story is this: Harley Quinn getting picked up for season 3. I can only hope it gets picked up for another season after that as well. I love what they've done I love what they do with these characters. It's absolutely hilarious. I just watch an episode, Rob, and by the time the credits roll, I'm in a great mood, and you're smiling and you've been entertained. And that's all I can really ask out of a show like this. Anyway, Rob, there was a lot of talk that it might not get picked up. Were you surprised to see it get picked up? And how do you see this whole thing?
I'm not surprised, because so many people love it. I've heard nothing but universal praise. And I think people hear it and they're like, yeah, whatever. And then they watch it. Kind of like with Lucifer, it becomes irresistible. I've actually now seen some of it, and it's a damn good show. It's wildly entertaining. You kind of wonder, why wasn't the movie more like this? But I like the show a lot, so it does not surprise me. And in a way, it's very uplifting if you're a fan of this material to see this happen, because I think we live in a world now, more so than ever before, that good shows that people like have more of a chance of resurrection somewhere else. Like I thought, like Designated Survivor, that got a 3rd season on Netflix. I never thought that would happen, but it did. Same with Lucifer. And then if it does well, Netflix leaves their options open, and other streaming services, HBO Max, they could make this show forever if they wanted to. So you might see Harley Quinn on HBO Max for the next 10 years.
And you know what's really neat about it? Another thing that's really neat about it is that I watch a show and it's the hilarity. I just laugh so much at it. But
it's hilarious.
There's more to it. Like I was talking with Erin, who was on the show yesterday, and like she was pointing out the reason she loves the show so much is because underneath the hilarity, she thought that like the female friendship between like Ivy and Harley, she goes, that is actually, there's a lot of heart there. And it reminds me a lot of real female relationships. And so I guess underneath the layers of hilarity, there's more to it that maybe wasn't designed for somebody like me to see. But it's always good to see. And it's great to see it's getting a season 3. Question is, have you guys started watching Harley Quinn yet? If you have not, I highly recommend you give it a shot and give it a couple episodes. It's just short episodes, really easy to binge. It's absolutely delightful. Go and check it out if you haven't, and jump down into the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right, guys.